Hello, everyone. How is everyone doing today? Thank you for coming on the Papercut webinar. I am thrilled to have the opportunity to introduce myself and my partner, Jen Mueller, who is the print management consultant from EcoPrintQ. So thanks for joining us, Jen. And I just want to give a little background on who NBM is. We're a technology office equipment dealer specializing in copiers, postage meters, cybersecurity, IT services, interactive display boards, and of course, print management solutions. We've been in the community since 1985. We specialize in working with small to mid-sized businesses throughout New England. So we thought it'd be a great idea to have a Papercut webinar, as we know print needs are evolving, and efficient print management plays a huge, crucial role in enhancing productivity, reducing cost, and minimizing any environmental impact. Of course, that's where our Papercut relationship comes into play. Jen will, during this webinar, take a deep dive into what the actual solution does, exploring different challenges, and showing how things can optimize the printing, improve security, cut down on waste, and boost overall efficiency. So I'm just going to pass this off to Jen, and we look forward to this webinar. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Nick. Yes, thanks for the great introduction. We at EcoPrintQ love working with Nick and his team over at NBM. They're one of our preferred vendors in the United States, and them locally in Boston. So we just a great team to work with, and their print management knowledge, their Papercut knowledge, can't be beat. They have some technicians live on staff that are here to support us too, which are fantastic. So Papercut is a product that's for everyone. Doesn't matter what kind of company you're in, what kind of industry you're in, if you need help with tracking and reporting of printing, like Nick had touched on, print enablement, that's probably one of the top calls we get today. Maybe folks aren't printing as much, but the folks who do need to print, it's important printing. How can we onboard mobile devices for printing? The ever dreaded Chromebook. If you're a school watching this webinar today and you're still having problems with Chromebook printing, think Papercut, think print management. So I'm going to go into a few slides here today. And just know what I'm showing you is the tip of the iceberg. If you see something that has a little light bulb go off where you're like, I think Papercut could help us, just reach out to the NBM team, reach out to your account manager. If you're not an NBM customer yet, maybe reach out to Nick directly. They have some great folks there. I know Kendall, when you call in the main line, you get Kendall on the phone. She can get you in touch with an account manager in your area for a Papercut demo if you'd like. So Papercut's actually the leader in print management worldwide. It's insane. They've been around for over 20 years. They're out of Australia. In the United States, they work through dealers and authorized solution centers like EcoPrintQ and NBM to get the solution into your hands. I love telling the backstory. It was made by a couple of college students who were watching the printing just shooting out of the printer, and then the print job's being unclaimed at the end of the day. They're like, there has to be a better way. And that's how they created Papercut. And they still own and operate it today, which is really cool. I think a lot of companies may start in the garage. I think of Apple. I always go to Apple. They start in the garage and then they grow into a large product that gets sold, and Papercut's still owned by the same guys who created it. They have hands-on every day. A lot of really cool customers. And in the United States, really cool Google. We support Google, not just in the US where their headquarters is, but worldwide. Google uses Papercut. So if you're a Google nerd, think Papercut. So no matter where you're from watching this webinar, if you are a school, a university, maybe a law firm, if your company is billing back customers for printing and you're still doing the process manually, think Papercut. I was just at a really cool meeting the other day. It was an architecture firm, and they were really funny. They have a spreadsheet that when their design folks print something to one of their plotters and they need to bill back the client at the end of the month, they log into a shared spreadsheet online on their server and log in the company name and how many linear feet I think it was to charge for the job. And it's just crazy. There's automated ways for this now. There are better ways for you to bill back and get funds back into your company of printing you're doing for your customers. If you're healthcare, this is going to be the #1 market on the rise for Papercut. I think it's still like 51% of Papercut customers are educational, but healthcare, they say, is going to surpass that because of security. We can track printing at your healthcare facility, at your hospital. We can track back-end printing being done through Epic or Cerner, your EMR, your EHR. We can help enable printing. So aside from going through some problems, what is Papercut? I want to give you my quick 5-second spiel. It's a software application that can help all of you watching today. It can minimize waste. It can save paper, save toner, save ink. It can improve your document security. It can save IT administrative time. Everyone loves that, right? It can encourage better printing behavior by your staff. It's super easy to use. As I'd already mentioned, it's built by IT folks for IT folks. If your company's printing confidential information and the documents are just being printed out and left sitting on the printer or copier, think Papercut. Our solution, Find Me Printing with a hold and release queue, could save the day. If you're facing HIPAA compliance, you have a compliance officer and they've noted that you have some red areas when it comes to printing. You need watermarking, digital signatures in Papercut. If you're having a problem deploying print queues, print drivers, if you have users who are moving site to site, we have a solution for you. It's called Print Deploy. Little tongue tied. Start again. Papercut, Print Deploy. It can be the answer for you. Really great solution for print shops. Typically used, I guess I would say, in higher education. If staff members are sending print jobs down to a copy shop, but maybe it's through email or it's a manual process, maybe it's a paper process, we can use Papercut's job ticketing to track and manage those jobs for you. So we have several product offerings. Our flagship product is Papercut MF. If you have no visibility into your print environment today and you're curious, you want to see who's printing, what are they printing, how much are they printing, where are they printing to? We can show you all of that. We can give you full visibility of your print environment. That can help you make better business decisions. Maybe it's time for a copier release, a hardware upgrade. You're working with the NBM team. You can use the information that Papercut's gathering to make better decisions. You could recognize perhaps that a copier scanner is needing a lot of service call. And thanks to Papercut, you can see how many scans have been done. What kind of scans are there? And maybe you need a more robust device, a better device. They can help you with that thanks to the reporting that we can provide. Mobility print's a really popular solution in Papercut. That's our BYOD print enablement. If you need to print from your iPhones, your Android devices, if your students need to print from Chromebooks. Another great product offering of Papercut is Papercut Hive. That's our cloud product. Specifically for you folks today, I threw a little slide in here, probably over the last year, maybe even a little bit more. Everyone's pushing to the cloud. We want to remove our servers. Maybe we want to get rid of print servers. We don't want anything local anymore. We just want cloud products. We have a solution for you, whether it's Papercut MF, our flagship product, and we put it in your private cloud or in a hosted cloud, or you look at our SaaS solution, Papercut Hive, which is a cloud native product. You don't need any print servers, no print drivers. So please, we have a solution for you. I like to say this is my Papercut in a nutshell, but if your company has Go Green initiatives, you want to reduce printing, save paper, save the environment, maybe you want to see what your carbon footprint is with print, we can show that to you. We can help make printing easier. If staff members need to print from home, If you have one of the hybrid workplaces now, if that's just the way it's going to be, and you need to track printing being done from home, perhaps your users are down the road at Starbucks, or if you're in the New England area, we like to say Dunkin'. I think we're Dunkin' over Starbucks, right, Nick? Team Dunkin'. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So if you need to print from Dunkin', you're doing a business meeting down the road and you want to be able to print back to the office, we can assist you with that. We can inspire best practices with your staff members. We have really cool features built in. I'd like to say maybe hard rules. You have staff members abusing color. We can put a rule in place where we convert all of their color jobs to grayscale. If you want to encourage better printing, we have little print scripts that can show up as a little pop-up at the time of print. Hey, we noticed this job is being printed in color, or we noticed this job is in simplex. Can we convert it to grayscale? Can we convert it to duplex? With the Papercut tracking and reporting, you can see how many of your jobs are in color. Maybe it's one user, maybe it's a department, maybe it's a certain group, and you want to be able to restrict them. We can help. I've probably already said we can help you with that about 1 million times. Just know we can help. Papercut is brand agnostic. I think that's why we're one of the leaders in the market today. Some of our competitors out there only work with specific makes and models of devices. We support all makes of devices, whether it's a Sharp, whether it's a Ricoh. What's great about that, if you have a fleet of mixed devices, this will streamline things for your staff and make it easier to use the copier. Papercut's going to look and feel the same on all of them, no matter what the brand. We support all operating systems. We can integrate with your user directories to make onboarding super easy. The reporting that's built in, there's actually over 80 one-click reports. We can filter down reports by user, by device, by department, by location. You can create your own ad hoc report. Maybe you're watching this webinar today and you're an IT administrator, but you have all these people knocking on your door all the time that want the information, department heads, maybe your boss, maybe the owner of your company. We can find the report that they need and we can schedule it to be automatically generated and emailed out to the team that needs it before your weekly staff meeting to get you off the hook. To show you a little bit about what Papercut can look like on your copiers. One of my favorite features, I like to say there's like 3 solid reasons why people come to Papercut, or I guess I shouldn't say just solid, but like one of the main reasons, the typical reasons. We have the folks who say we have no visibility over who's doing what, give us the tracking and reporting. Number 2 is find me printing. If you walk around your office at the end of the day, you see stacks of print jobs uncollected. You see confidential information hanging out on the tray, waiting for someone to come pick it up. We can help you with our solution, Find Me Printing. With Find Me Printing, when users click print, instead of figuring out which printer or copier they want to send their job to, they'll just print a Papercut and their job will be held virtually for the amount of time you decide. And then they go to any Papercut enabled device. They can authenticate and securely release their job. So what we're viewing on the screen right now, this is after a user's authenticated and they've logged into the copier. This is our Papercut embedded, our app installed on a device. This could be any device. This could be the copier in your office. Maybe it's a Sharp, maybe it's a Ricoh, maybe it's other. So this user, when they've logged in, hopefully you can see it clearly on your end. They have 4 pending print jobs. It's 18 pages long. They can click print all and the documents go right into their hand. Any schools watching this webinar, really cool use case here. Teachers with just the 1 minute in between class, they have to print out their tests. They run to a certain copier. There's a line a mile long. Hope is not lost. They can go down the hallway to the next closest copier, authenticate and release their job there. Maybe you're a business owner, you're for a manufacturing company, and you have multiple locations. You can click print in your home office, drive down the road to your second location, walk in, authenticate, and release your jobs there. Something else we're seeing on the screen is scan. We have really fantastic integrated scan features. We can set up under one pane of glass, instead of logging into each copier to set up scan actions, we can set them up through the Papercut admin dashboard. You can track and manage all scan actions right there for all of your users. Scan to their email, a folder, their cloud storage. We have all of our cloud storage scan connectors right here. Free of charge, it just comes included. If you have a cloud storage today and you don't have a direct scan there, this is a huge time saver. If your staff are scanning to their email, then getting documents up to the cloud, definitely give us a call. Okay, I'm jumping all around a little bit. Wanted to show you quickly in our webinar here. This is just a dashboard view of the Papercut MF product. It is made by IT folks for IT folks. The dashboard is very accessible from any web browser, anywhere on the network. I think I mentioned we're compatible with all operating systems. Papercut MF comes with everything you need, the application server, the database. We're totally scalable. It can be installed on a virtual machine, a physical machine. We can support small offices all the way up to enterprise accounts. It doesn't matter, even if you just have one copier that your 20 staff members use, but you want visibility, you want easy bill back of jobs to clients. We can help you with that. I had mentioned some of the print policies. I just wanted to quickly show you. Here's an example of what some of your staff can see. Please don't print multiple page emails. I really like a couple of these even have the environmental impact. You know, if you print this job, it's like leaving a 60-watt light bulb on for more than half an hour. Can we convert this job to duplex and cut that in half? Document security is so important. Secure print release. Only the user who printed the job can release the job. Watermarking and digital signatures. I'm going to skip ahead here. I love this. We can have a watermark be as light or dark as you want. Fixed text, the user, the date, the time, the digital signature, the printer they printed to, whatever you need. We even have print archiving. If you are a company or business that needs an audit trail, we can turn on our print archiving. So the Papercut administrator can see images of documents being printed. We can do it all, as little or as much as you need and want. For authentication methods, let us know what you want. We can attach card readers to the copier for folks to use their employee badges, a door fob. Maybe you want them to use a username, an ID number. We even have authentication methods for single function printers. Maybe you want secure print release for a plotter. Maybe you need a pay station because you'd like to charge guest users for printing. We have pay stations too. Very flexible. We have guest printing options. Mobility print is our BYOD print enablement. We have web print, where folks can submit a job through Papercut. One of my favorite guest printing options, if you have guests coming into your office and they're needing to email you so you can print things for them, we have a solution for that to take that work out of your hands. It's an email to print, where we set up an email address for a designated printer or copier of your choice. You just provide that email address to your guest users. Users send their job as a PDF to that email. Papercut grabs it and spits it out at that printer of choice. So they're no longer interrupting your day to get something printed. Papercut can do that for you. Okay, just a couple more slides here. This is just a high-level overview today. Please remember to reach out to NBM for follow-up personalized demos for your company. Mobility print, cloud print, I had mentioned, you can print from anywhere, off network, down the road at Duncan. One of our top solutions we're offering today that everyone's calling us for is Print Deploy. Print Deploy can be set up to automatically get the right print queue, the right driver to the right user in the right place at the right time. We can set up what are called print zones for each of the buildings, each of your floors. And as users carry their laptop from location to location, the print drivers and queues for that location automatically install on their computer. They don't even know what's going on. Papercut calls it auto magically. This is really great for a mobile workforce, for places without a print server, for companies out there that have multiple brands of devices being used. Winding down here, Nick, just wanted to touch base that if you have multiple locations, maybe your headquarters is in Boston, but you cover the entire United States or global. We have a ton of high availability options for resiliency. We have site servers. Whatever you need, we're totally flexible and scalable to suit your needs. Just going to bounce back to my Papercut in a nutshell slide for you all. So Papercut's super easy to use, made by IT folks for IT folks. It'll give you full visibility, full control of who's printing, where they're printing from, what they're printing. We can help cut costs. I like my little sales pitches sometimes. This is my sales pitch to everyone viewing today. You think you're spending too much for printing and you're not using a hold and release queue. You start using Papercut's Find Me Printing, you can reduce your spend just from eliminating duplicate jobs, jobs that get printed and forgotten, jobs that never needed to be printed to begin with, right? We can reduce printing by upwards of 15% just for starting to use Papercut Find Me Printing. The return on investment's fantastic. If you need help with mobile printing, guest printing, chargeback, integrated scanning we'd covered, we can definitely help. Nick, any questions?
Yeah, we have a couple questions. Please feel free to put the questions in the Q&A and we'll get to them. Today, one person had a question about bring your own devices. Can you talk a little bit of how Papercut supports mobile printing?
Yes, please. Yes, this could be a whole other meeting just talking about mobility print and how awesome it is. Mobility print is fantastic. I'm sharing my screen right now and hopefully you guys can see and it's not too fuzzy, but Macs, Apples, Windows, Chrome, Android. We use our mobility print tool to discover printers and copiers on your network. And then you decide how you want to push that queue out to all of the mobile users. It's so super easy. We can even put a QR code on your copier directing people to mobility print to print. If you're a library watching right now, this is used in libraries all the time. Users can walk into the library, join mobility print with their phone and print, then walk to a pay station, pay and release their job. So yes, mobility print is the BYOD print connector. For whoever posted that question, please reach out for a follow-up demo.
And the other follow-up question is, would they have to download the Papercut application or is there another way to send print jobs to the queue?
Yeah, with mobility print, well, we have tons of options. If you don't want to get the mobility print app on your phone, it's no problem. We can also do web print, email to print. We have options for traditional users and more modern users. If you're like my dad, he still doesn't even have a smartphone. Like he still has a flip phone. I'm like, Dad, it's totally fine. We have a million different ways, no matter what the device is, to get the print jobs where they need to go.
Awesome. So another question about a single desktop printer that does not have a newer interface, newer UI, smaller. Can that be set up? Can that be integrated? And
that's a great question. Yeah, people always shy away. They think just because they don't have a copier, they can't have Papercut and find me printing, but that's not true. I've been on this slide just very briefly, but we have really cool licenses up in the upper right-hand side. I'm kind of circling with my mouse if you can see it. A fast release license, a great alternative to our embedded license. With this license, it doesn't matter if it's a single function printer with a little teeny user interface because we're not embedding software. With this license, users can tap their badge on the card reader, and then all of their pending print jobs will get released to that single function printer. So please, if you're curious about what license options are available to you, just send your inventory list over to the NBM team and we can work through and tell you what your options are.
Awesome, awesome. Another quick question came up. Is it cloud-based or on-prem or both?
Yep. I know it's a little confusing as we're all migrating to the cloud. So Papercut MF is called an on-prem solution because it uses on-site print drivers and print queues, but we can install it anywhere on a virtual machine, in your private cloud, in Azure. A lot of folks are moving everything to Azure, their user directories, software in general. So we can put MF anywhere you'd like, but if you need a cloud, strictly cloud solution, we're going to think Papercut Hive, which is our serverless. You don't need to be an IT administrator to use Hive. It's super easy. That's a cloud product. Did that make sense, Nick?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
That's great. Perfect.
Okay.
So another question came up, any integration with OneDrive, Google Drive, SharePoint?
Yep. We have direct scanning integration with not just Google Drive, OneDrive, but also Dropbox, Box, Evernote, pCloud. They're adding to this list all the time and they're free. If you buy one Papercut embedded license, the scanning, this all just comes included with it. Really fantastic. I talked a little bit for anyone that was listening in probably mid presentation here today. Scan actions are all set up through the Papercut admin dashboard, and that's where we'd set up the cloud connectors. It's super easy.
Great, awesome. And someone asked about, technical support, training, implementation, how that would look and how that would work.
Yeah, I'm glad you asked. So with the NBM team, we actually have a really super easy support and install process. Just reach out. I think AJ's your support manager, right, Nick?
Yeah.
You see your support manager? Yeah, I love AJ. You can reach out to AJ and the support team once you have Papercut rocking and rolling and you have to troubleshoot or have any questions. For install, our install path is fantastic. We have a pre-installation meeting with you remotely where we go over your current environment, what your needs are, how we're going to be configuring the software. And then we schedule the install itself. The NBM team comes on site and then EcoPrintQ works remotely. And we kind of tag team, I guess you'd say.
Awesome, awesome. And the final question we have, is it licensed per user or per device? Can you talk a little bit how that's typically set up?
Yes, it's licensed by device, devices being your printers and copiers. So typically, if you have one copier, it would be one embedded license. It's perpetually licensed. And maintenance and support would be a reoccurring cost. And I think, Nick, you guys offer several terms, right? I know a lot of your customers go with a 5-year, but you're flexible. So there's multiple offerings there.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we can offer different terms and different types of programs for sure.
Okay, fantastic.
Awesome.
Anything else?
Yeah, there's no other questions coming in. So, appreciate your time, Jen. Thanks so much for jumping on the webinar with us. And if there's anything we can help out or want to learn more about the solution, feel free to reach out to myself and we'll be sure to help you out.
Yeah, thanks so much, everybody. Please, the NBM team's fantastic. We can do private virtual demos with you and your company, your school, and create a solution to help you out and suit your needs. So please don't hesitate to reach out to us.
Awesome. Thanks so much. Appreciate it. Everyone have a great day.
Thanks, everyone. Have a great day. Bye-bye.
Bye.